Life is full of work and stress. Parenting can be a mess. Being a woman is hard enough without adding on that extra stuff. We'll cover topics of every kind. Helpful resources we will find. We'll even drink a bottle of wine. Join us. It will be a real good time.
Vintage 2021, because I'm rich now.
Ooh, look at you. Getting fancy.
I can get 4-year-old wine.
That's a COVID wine.
You're right. Maybe I shouldn't drink it with the
Is
amount
it
of people
doomed?
getting COVID right now. Half of our office
Maybe it will
is
give
out.
you secret antibodies.
Good thing Brandon's right here next to me for when I screw this cork up. Nope, I didn't. It's in half again.
Oh my god.
I did this last time.
You need help.
You know how some people need interventions because they drink too much? I need an intervention because I can't open a wine bottle. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking my usual black box Cabernet. I have one interesting wine that I'm saving for when we're in person.
Well, I only have interesting wines, so I'm drinking them. But lucky for Nikki, this place is very close to her house. If anyone lives regionally and knows what Macadoodles is, we recently got one. So I went to check it out, and they have a huge wine selection. And this one is a wine from Spain. It's Juan Gil.
Ooh,
It's
so
a red
fancy.
blend that is 45% Cabernet Sauvignon, 45% Monastrell, which is a grape in Spain, apparently, and 10% Syrah. And it says, where did I find it? Oh, they ferment these in stainless steel. And then they age them for 12 months in French and American oak barrels separately, and then they blend it. That's
well,
crazy.
all right.
Explosive aromas of ripe currant, red berries, and smoked notes. I felt like it was a little smoked. Rich, powerful, and voluminous on the attack. Silken and juicy in the mid-palate with excellent length and persistence.
Juicy.
Juicy and voluminous. This
I'm
continues my
guessing
theory of wine language is always about the body and things like that.
it is. It is.
The physical one.
Well, and the body of the wine. Like
Yeah, but there's definitely like some innuendos going on in every wine description so far.
I would say, yeah, there. It's been some very interesting descriptions. Juicy,
Yeah.
voluptuous. Gosh, there's been so many.
Yeah, for sure. And when they talk about mouthfeel.
Yes.
So, gosh, look, it's gotten even messier behind me, I'm pretty sure. My life is crazy right now, you guys.
Attention.
You're just going to have to look at it. Well,
You can
I think
see my
part of what
daughter's
it
lovely artwork behind me.
the little pink baby face.
Yeah.
I think what it is partially too is like this has gotten more and more bare as I've been doing shows on Whatnot, and then I found a basket the other day and like reloaded it. Which everyone will be happy about because I have some regulars that were like, "Have we seen everything?" And I'm like, "Yes." And then I went downstairs to grab a couple things and I found a small basket and I was like, "Aha, they have not seen everything." So today we're going to whine about Big Brother because the finale is coming up and we both just aren't too happy with where things are right now.
No. I think a lot of America can relate.
Yeah. But we're gonna, okay. I know we don't get political on this show, but I think I might be about to lose us a bunch of non-existent subscribers. I think Rachel is whiny and dumb and stupid, and I think it's great that she couldn't do a puzzle and she just threw her little temper tantrum and went home. I know everyone's like, that's not fair to Rachel. I don't care.
People were very, very angry about that. They're angry that she got eliminated and not evicted because that's against all of what Big Brother is and stands for. And I'm sorry, no, it's not. Elimination has been part before Has there been a person that played one game and got eliminated? No. But the process of competitions throughout the week can force an elimination and has before.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why everybody was so upset. She had every fair shot, just like everybody else.
Right.
They had and they're like, oh, she didn't get to play Blockbuster or Veto. They had a safety comp right before it, so you could earn your own safety. She didn't win that either. She went in her exit interview. She didn't sound like she was really upset and felt slighted and like anything like that. Like she's like,
Right.
I really just could not get a handle on that wheel. I couldn't figure it out in time, and I just blew it.
Because you're a dumb idiot.
So, yeah.
A hamster could run that wheel. I don't like Rachel. She's too entitled.
I don't either. She was a really mean and cruel, abusive bully on her first season.
Yeah.
Particularly to someone who was of a marginalized community. And it was really awful. And her husband that she's married to now, he was on the same season and he was the same way. And I'm sure that's why they've stuck together and got married and unfortunately procreated to put more of that hate out into the world. But I shouldn't say that. I don't know our kids. They might be innocent, wonderful children. But
I don't know. I feel like,
you know,
it's always partially environment, and I do feel sorry for the kids, honestly.
Yeah. It's got to be a lot of temper tantrums going on in that house and not just from the children.
Right. When you're playing these shows, yes, things aren't always going to go your way. And yes, part of it is like watching the reactions and people getting dramatic and everything. But it was just very annoying how every time she couldn't bully someone into doing something, she just had her little pout fest. It's like, and you can just like her face, she can't hide her expressions ever. And it just annoyed the crap out of me to keep watching her and be like,
and to keep like awkwardly calling herself a queen and an icon. Like she's spouting out these things like they're mic drop moments, but they didn't make sense. They weren't well put together. It's like she can't fire off in the moment, but she wants to be that person so bad. I find that so obnoxious.
Exit speech was so annoying.
Yes, it was so annoying.
Maybe we should just go individually through the players and complain about them all.
Maybe we should. I will say, at least on her first season, she was a comp beast, and that's how she stuck around as long as she did, because she won veto after veto after veto. Yeah, and that's what she was known for, like yelling at people, floaters get a life vest. That's because she was winning all these comps to stay, and some people were just laying low and staying because they weren't as drama as her. And so she started calling them floaters. And she came up with that phrase, floaters grab a life vest, that everybody repeats and really is an iconic phrase. Like, at least then she had two legs to stand on with how good she was.
Right.
And she did win another season. I don't think it was All Stars, but she came back. Maybe it was because she came back and won that season. So she's got some, of course, history and bragging rights of doing well and earning it. But this time, I don't know. She played a much better social game this time. She was doing much better at convincing people to do what she wanted because she couldn't win and make it happen herself. But
that drove me nuts too. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why. She played a good social game in the sense of she kept staying around, but she wasn't good socially. And
she wasn't good socially in like I have lots of friends way. She was good socially in a people listen to what I have to say and do what I want way. And
but kind of.
Somehow she was getting into everybody's ear and they were doing mostly what she wanted. If it wasn't the person in charge nominating, it was the group of people out here voting that she was like directing.
That's the thing. I think with voting she had a lot of influence, but like with nominations, there were multiple times where she was just like, but you do what you want. And then the person would, and then she would throw her little fit.
Right. Oh, man.
If you were going to
probably talk for 20 minutes about Rachel.
I know. If you were going to pick the number one most annoying person this season, let's say it on the count of 3. I'll say 1, 2, 3, and then we'll say it, okay? 1, 2, 3, Benny.
Vince!
I knew it.
I liked him at first. I loved his interviews before coming into the house. I thought he was like a little quirky and funny and silly. And I liked him at first. And he seemed to have like personality, which is always interesting to watch. But it's like the longer he was there, he just shrunk into this little tiny shriveled up grape of a man, if you can even call him that.
Listen.
And the whininess, the tears constantly. And like
an unemployed mama's boy who has the claim to fame of being able to juggle machetes is gonna be a whiny little person.
I will say at first I gave him the benefit of the doubt on all that because at this day and age, sometimes you are an adult who has to live with your parents and can't find a job for 6+ months because it is really difficult out there. But the longer he's in there and talks about his life and tries to be a human, the more it's obvious that that's not his situation.
It's a him problem.
Right. It's a failure to thrive problem. It's a really low self-esteem problem. And it's a I need some therapy problem.
He's extremely clearly flirting with another woman and kissing another woman while he's got a girlfriend, and then his girlfriend doesn't show up for the videos and he wonders why.
Yeah, he's been dating somebody for 7 years.
7? I didn't know it was 7 years.
7 years they've been together.
That makes him
but
even more of an idiot.
If I remember, Jimmy talked about it once on a live and somebody kind of sort of recorded the clip, even though he asked people not to. And he said something like Vince had a conversation with him that basically said they're long distance. He won't move to her for whatever reason, and she won't move to him. And he kind of said to Jimmy, like, so what are we doing here? Like, so Jimmy felt like they were going to break up anyway. But then the way that Vince talks about her in the diary room and talks to her on the camera and talks to other people about her, it's like he loves her so much. They've been together forever. He can't wait to see her. And she understands that he needs human connection while he's in the game and that it's not romantic in any way and that they talked boundaries before he came and he's following all the boundaries, which clearly is not the truth because she got upset about it online already, posted some things, and then removed herself as the control person from his social media and did not send a family goodbye or hello message on last night's episode. Yeah. And that sent him into a little tailspin. Like, why were my parents there and Kelsey wasn't there? Why wasn't Kelsey in my message? Do I not have a girlfriend when I get out of here? The DR production questions have been really pushing me and Morgan and asking us about each other. And then Zingbot came in and gave that really great zing to Morgan about it. So, like, hello, duh, all signs point to you're single, sir. And for a darn good reason. Everybody watching the live feeds agrees that you crossed the line a very long time ago. And so many people in the house have said things to him too. Like, what are you doing, man? Thought you had a girlfriend. Like, it should be obvious to all involved that they crossed lines and boundaries.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to think so. Like,
yeah. I don't remember exactly
it'd be one
what
thing
Keanu
if nobody if nobody said anything to them and then they were just like, oh, I guess maybe we're too close. Like, that'd be one thing.
I love when his whole thing too was
everybody's
like,
uncomfortable.
Yeah, we're in the same bed, but it's like toe to head.
We're under
like,
different blankets and her feet are at my head. Yeah, it was lots of excuses. But then he doesn't know.
Clearly trying to justify it.
Yeah, it's like he understands there's live feeds, but he doesn't seem to understand that people catch those little moments where he like walked up to her and kissed her on the forehead, or where she walks up to him while he's sleeping and gives him a back rub. Like, we see all that. And we hear your little code chats.
And what about that moment that wasn't live feeds, that was on the actual episode, and she's weirdly stroking his arm, and someone comes in and they're all awkward about it, and she's like, what? I'm just trying to wake him up.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, no one's falling for your stuff. Why don't you talk about the moment that I haven't physically seen yet, but will be, won't be a spoiler by the time this airs.
Okay. So I heard, I didn't actually see a clip about this.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
I watched part of the thing I told you, but so I heard that the live feeds came back on and it was obvious that Ashley had won part 2 of the HOH comp. So she faced off with Vinny and won. So if I understand right, Morgan won one and then Ashley won one, and now Morgan and Ashley will face off in the final HOH comp. But apparently when Ashley won, Frankie, previous house guest and Ariana Grande's brother, was hosting this competition And when Ashley won, Vinny apparently had an absolute meltdown. I don't know what happened, if he just cried or if he like threw stuff or what, but he had a what they're calling a meltdown. And it got to a point where Frankie apparently told Ashley, "You did great. Don't worry about him. Don't let him affect you. Like, you deserved this," kind of stuff. So whatever it was, it was making her feel uncomfortable or bad about winning. And Frankie was like, "Nah, girl." Like, he's got his own stuff to sort. And then later, this is the part I did see. There's clips of it on Twitter. I don't use Twitter, but my friend who watches BB does, and she'll send me little clips from it. Yeah. So it's Morgan and Vince inside talking about what happened. And Morgan is basically trying to cheer him up. And he's basically saying, "I'm worth nothing. I can't do anything." And she's like, "This is the game. Like, you play a competition and one person gets to win and one person has to lose. It doesn't mean anything about who you are as a person." Yeah. And he's like, "I'm a loser. I'm a failure. Every time I put my full effort into something, it never turns out well." And like, he was just going on a full spiral, self-worth, self-confidence spiral. And I just thought to myself, this is a life thing for him. Like, this is how he is in life. And he desperately needs a therapist to examine why he has such low self-worth and to find some inner motivation to move forward in life.
I looked it
up. To
find
his own value. But instead, he seems to like try to find value in other people telling him he has value, and fishing for compliments, in clinging to whoever is trying to validate him in the moment. Right now it's Morgan. Before that, when Morgan was obsessed with Zach, it was Keanu and Lauren and Kelly.
So I found out why he threw it.
Oh, what's it say?
He had a 20-minute lead over her, but didn't read the directions properly.
Oh, buddy.
It's not
like our two friends digging in the sand on Survivor last night, or 2 nights ago, whenever that was.
It's not talking too much about what the meltdown consists of, but it does mention that once they're back in the house, that he's curled up in a ball under a blanket while Morgan tries to console him, and at the exact same time, Ashley is dancing in the kitchen.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, what a baby.
So
not
sad.
Everyone is here to coddle you, you little narcissistic.
And I'm all about feeling your feelings. You have a right to be very disappointed in yourself for losing at that point of the game. Sure. There's a lot of money on the line. I'm sure he thought he could beat Ashley easy because she hasn't won a dang comp the entire season, and he's won at least 4 HOHs. So he had a leg up on her, technically speaking.
And it's totally normal to like think back on that stuff and be like, if only I had done this or that, or this was different. Like, I'm even doing it after getting voted out at work, and we're playing for a $50 gift card, and no one's really playing for it because we just love doing it. But like, the prize is $50 if you do win, you know? And I'm still sitting there like, oh, I should have done this. I should have done that, blah, blah, blah. So like, yeah. But like, don't throw a little baby fit.
Get upset, you know. Yeah. But come inside and act like an adult with composure. Congratulate the person that won.
Yes.
Go take a shower and have your moment in the shower.
You can't. Ashley's always in the shower.
Showergate. What's there been? Showergate, Hoodiegate. There was one other one I can't remember.
What was Hoodiegate? I don't remember that one. Was that the same season?
Yeah. Maybe a hoodie went missing or something. I don't remember.
Oh, speaking of things
petty
going
and
missing,
ridiculous.
If you haven't caught up on Survivor Week 1 yet, you can mute us for a minute.
Shoegate.
Now we have Shoegate.
I'm excited to see if he continues to do that, or if it was just a picking on Nicole thing, because I watched an exit interview for her with Sharon Tharp, and she was kind of talking about how the two of them really didn't get along. They just didn't vibe at all. And so I'm kind of wondering, like, if he was just kind of bully picking on her a little bit.
Well, he acted like it was going to be a thing. He's like, I'm going to do this.
He did.
So
that's why I'm curious to see if it is
the truth
or not.
Yeah. Like, whether or not they were getting along, I would like to see more Shoegate. In fact, it would be even better if he made it to the merge. Like, say he does it at first, and then they figure it out, and they go, "Ha ha, funny," and he stops. But then the merge happens, and then he just does it again. And all the new people are
Klepto.
like, "What?" I was a little disappointed in the whole Showergate thing, not because it happened, because it absolutely should have happened. That was great. But I expected there to be more. I wanted it to last longer. I wanted more drama over something that does not matter at all. I mean, it does
It
because
died quickly.
don't hog. Yeah, it died too quickly. I was looking forward to
People
more of that.
talked about it in the house a little bit, but it sounds like from people who have left and then talked about it after that it really wasn't as big a deal as the show made it out to be.
Oh, I'm
That
sure.
when people were saying things in the diary room, it was because production was, forcibly asking them about it. Like people did not actually
Yeah,
care.
and every show does that.
Yeah. So I'm like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But while we're on Ashley, can we talk about how she thinks she's playing this amazing game?
Yes.
And I see a lot of Ashley stands online, and I don't get it. She's a
No.
beautiful girl, and I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
in some ways she is very smart. She had to be to go to the school she went to and get the degree she got. She's a lawyer who went to a very famous law school,
Well,
if I remember. Um,
I don't
and you do
know. I know
think you
some
do have to be
people.
smart for that.
I know
But
some people that were lawyers slash are lawyers, and I think to myself, how?
I think she went to like a really like Georgetown or something like that, like a really
But how much of
up
that
there
too
law
is
school
like
because she
getting
bragged
in
about it in her
versus
interview. Stop it.
maybe there was a family connection or a donation or
Well, see, I did find out. Well, I don't. This is the school. This is getting into BB that my brain went to. But she has a connection to Hannah Chada. They went to school together and like grew up together or something.
oh, interesting.
Hannah was part of the.
Have some more.
Was she part of the cookout season? But
Yeah,
she's
this
one
this
of the
is all you because
contestants
I've
on the
only watched a
Amazing Race
few.
right now. The yellow team.
Yeah.
It's her and her sister. But anyway, she mentioned in some, she has a podcast and they were talking about the new people. And she said, I'm just going to say this once. I'm only going to address it once. Yes, I know her. We're in the same circles, that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay. But she came in saying she was going to do this Legally Blonde strategy where she pretended to be really dumb and ditzy and
Yeah.
stupid and lay low and not win anything and just kind of like be under the radar,
That's
which she
true. Maybe
did.
she's legally blonding me.
But she did say eventually when it got closer to time when she needed to, she would flip the switch and she would not be afraid to show how smart she was and she would start winning comps. And she
Yeah.
has never once won a comp.
That's
And
true.
she's spent the most recent moments in the game singing her social game prowess and how she created the Judges Alliance and that she directed a lot of the votes. And I
No.
don't remember her having a hand in any of the votes. I
No.
remember people telling her how they were going to vote and her going along with it, not convincing them to do something opposite like Rachel was doing. People claim that she came up with the Judges Alliance or that what my internet sleuthing told me it was her and Will that were talking about an alliance and then they took it to Rachel and then it expanded.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go back and see what that conversation was because I don't remember it at all. But that would be like
Yeah.
her one moment, I guess, maybe. It's definitely the only way she got to final three was by being in the Judges Alliance. But it felt
Yeah.
more to me like they were forming the alliance and she happened to be on the couch in the room at the time. That's what it felt like
Yeah.
to me. I'm not a big fan, but now that she has at least won a comp, I'm like, okay, well, she could win against Morgan. That'd be two comp wins in the
Yeah.
moment where it matters. And she
That's
could
true.
choose to take Vinny to final two, and then she could beat him easy. Even though he's won more comps, nobody wants to vote for this schmarmy weasel liar dude.
As much as
I think she
Morgan
could actually stand a
annoys me,
chance.
yeah, I think the only way I don't think Vince is winning no matter what.
Mm-mm.
But if it's Morgan and another person, no matter which of those other people it is, I think Morgan's going to win because we're only left with annoying people.
It's true.
And out of those three, Morgan has done the most.
Yes. She played a
So,
very good social game the first half where she made lots of positive connections and she voted with the house a lot and she didn't really rock the boat.
yeah.
And then she needed to switch over and win comps, and she started winning comps.
She did the thing
She's
that
won
Ashley
HOH
said
and
she was
veto.
going to do.
Exactly.
I do love, though, the little bitty tiny veto. I want one. I just want them to let me on the show just so I can do that one I'll be like, guys, just this one competition. Will you guys just like not play? I want the little tiny veto.
I think even if people decided not to play, I still couldn't win that freaking veto. There's no way.
I don't know. I think
Stacking those
maybe,
little tiny things and not like shaking and knocking them over, there's no way.
yeah, but like think of how often, I mean, maybe I tweeze more than the average person, but I'm using tweezers freaking all the time.
I
Couldn't you
wouldn't find it
not
hard to grab the thing with
move a
tweezers.
little?
I'd find it hard to set it in a stack that's not going to wobble over because those pieces are like super tiny and super thin. So there's
Yeah.
not even like a large base to put it on or like fatter pieces at the bottom.
Speaking of things with a base that you build on, as
Uh-oh.
much as I hated every moment that Angela was in existence in front of my face, that charcuterie board thing was a really good idea.
I did not watch that comp.
I
I
know.
stuck to my guns. The second she showed up on the screen, I shut it off
Do
and I
you
waited till
know
you guys said she was gone and I turned it back on.
do you know how it worked?
No.
Okay, so it's one of those things where you have like the awkwardly shaped pieces because they're shaped like meat and cheese and whatnot, and then you have to get all of wine glasses. You have to get them all stacked on top of each other so that it doesn't fall over. The twist was they had giant Angela faces on like a thingy that goes all the way around. And so every 2 minutes, yeah, I know, every 2 minutes they would come over and knock over your entire puzzle. And there's no way to avoid it. Like it's definitely knocking over. And then like every once in a while she'd be like, okay, you're going to get 5 minutes instead of two or whatever. And then I don't know if she said it for like 10 minutes or whatever. Eventually they made it like a very long time period and someone won that one. I don't remember who. But it was really funny that like her whole big face just comes around and knocks over the whole charcuterie board. But yeah, I didn't really want to see her anymore either.
Yeah, it was enough to make me not want to watch The Amazing Race because her and her daughter are on it this season. But I wanted to see everybody else. And so I did say, okay, I'm just gonna watch and hopefully she just won't get shown
Can
a
you just
lot.
like
I don't like
redact her?
I wish. I don't like giving her any TV time or letting
Yeah,
her make money from this stuff because she's, in my opinion, a bad person and an abusive parent.
she is. She
But
absolutely is.
I understand I'm
I'm
only
not even
seeing
going
what
to
the
say
TV wants
allegedly.
me to see of her, but I truly, the vibe isn't good, y'all. The vibe's not good.
Angela
Angela.
sucks. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask. So, not this season, but the season before, there were a lot of conspiracies and like how are these people linked to each other outside of Big Brother? And that's how we found out that like Angela has been on a ton of things. So are there anybody in this season? Is there anything like that where it's like they're related to somebody or move in the same circles or because I don't feel like I heard any of that this time around.
The only thing I heard was the Ashley and Chada connection.
Yeah.
Um, I don't believe I heard any other ones. I haven't seen anything online about
Yeah.
it.
Have it is
Now,
it
a lot
like
of these people have big social media followings. Like they already
yeah.
had a lot of followers before they came on the show, but it wasn't like a I've been on 50 shows things.
Yeah. Well, and I when traders had an open casting, I went ahead and applied for it. And that is one of the questions. And I don't think it's just them. I feel like everybody wants to know what your social media is. And I think that's what they do. They go and look and they're like, okay, is this someone who already has a following? And if we put them on the show, we're going to get viewership just from that. Like
Exactly.
even Morgan is like a Twitch streamer. Can't imagine she's
Yeah.
very good from the way she did like the first half of the game, but
Yeah, she is. And that season that Jag won, that girl Blue
yeah,
was in there and she had a huge social media following.
interesting.
I don't mind if you've got that and you wind up on a reality show. I don't want it to be the
Sure.
reason you're picked. And I
Yes.
don't want you to get put in there having no idea what the game is, not caring, not having wanted to be on it and like actively seeking it out. I don't like the recruit thing. I find that really annoying.
I
Like
agree with
just
that.
let enough people apply and are just like dying to get on the show. We can't find
Yeah.
interesting people there. Like, come on.
Yeah. Right. Like, it should be people who want to play for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think you necessarily need to be a super fan to get picked,
No.
but it should be
Well,
somebody
understanding the
who's,
general concept would be nice. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, exactly.
knowing what a veto competition is, that'd be great.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But like this season, it was almost like, and this is when we were talking about Rachel, one of the things I was going to bring up is shows do constantly evolve. Like they're going to do the same things in certain areas, but they're also going
Hmm.
to try and throw a twist at you because otherwise people stop watching.
Boring.
So the whole eviction thing, I don't care if they did never do it before. They were doing
Mm-mm.
something new. The mastermind is doing something new. So
Oh,
like even when it came to like the voodoo eviction stuff, like it's something new.
yeah.
Um,
I love the theming, and I think the theme this year had a lot of potential, and it
the theme was
started out
great.
great, and then it
Yeah.
like disappeared for 2 months, and then it came back, and you're like, this is
Yeah.
cool too, but like, what? Where was this all season?
Yeah. Like
uh,
when they did the haunted house thing, I don't know if it was haunted houses, but they were like trying to find the safe houses or cars to hide behind. That was cool. I
mm-hmm.
could have done without the circus thing. That was kind of weird. The thing that is a little anticlimactic because of people knowing the show so well is I feel like anytime they tried to announce a twist, everyone expected it. Like when they did the double eviction night, for instance. She comes back on and she announces that it's a double eviction night and there's no everybody's like, "Mhm. Yep, figured that was going to be the case." And I'm like, "Where's the
Yeah,
drama?"
things like that are harder to hide because you can do the math. You're like, we're on
Yeah, but
week this, we only have this many weeks, we have this many people left. Like,
maybe do the double eviction earlier in that case. Maybe do it right off. I know this isn't a good
yeah,
example because, again, it's my work. But the last couple of times that we've played Survivor, we've had so many people interested, and the person in charge of it has a big heart and has a hard time telling people, nope, we're full, sorry. So we would end up with a lot of people. So the season before this one, we ended up with 3 tribes. And immediately it was the tribes are fighting the other people in their tribes. It wasn't like 2 of you are going to get safety and one of you has to vote someone out. And
yeah,
that was not the most fun idea because you didn't have time to build relationships before you had to start cutting people, which
yeah,
they took into account this second time around. So that worked out a lot better. You got some time to build relationships before all the double eliminations started taking place. But something like that. Maybe it's like immediately, or maybe it's like 3 weeks in, or something else crazy. Like just switching up the timeline even can
yeah. Or now
make
that
it a
we've
surprise
introduced
again.
eliminations over evictions as part of the game, like maybe we could sprinkle
Yeah,
some of those in. Like,
exactly.
and one thing I miss is they did some seasons where they had battle backs, so you could evict it and you could like fight your way back into the
Yeah.
house. That was fun and really exciting because then you saw people who really burned bridges come back and say, I'm back. What are you going to do now? Like, that
Well,
was exciting.
we
Nobody
had,
complained about that when it happened, guys.
yeah, we had a medical
Except for
evacuation, but
Jack.
it was you took a quiz, and if
Yeah.
you got the most health questions wrong, you were medically evacuated. Like maybe you can do something like that too, like a fake emergency or a fake situation of some kind, and the person who fails the task is suddenly gone. Stuff like
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah, you could introduce new elements to
yeah,
bring back a little more of the surprise, the shock and
yeah.
awe.
Hold on one
I think the
second.
mastermind did that a little bit.
I'm going to do an overall Big Brother complaint, and it's the schedule. Like,
Mm.
I get that you've got a million things to do, but then when they also added unlocked, I'm like, no, no way am I, uh, what's the word? No way am I committing a fourth night of my week to this.
And it's
Maybe
really
longer
made live
episodes on less
feeds not as
time.
fun.
That's true.
They black out the live feeds a lot more to save stuff for that episode, and people
Yeah.
hate it. And like normally you've
Yeah.
seen a lot of jury footage by now, jury house footage, and you really have only seen like 2 clips, and it's been on Big Brother Unlocked and not the regular
I think
episodes.
so that's another thing. And I was like, maybe I'm remembering things wrong. Maybe they don't focus on the jury house a lot until the finale episode, but I feel like I used to see a lot of the people slowly joining the jury house and then watching clips of what's happening in the show so that they're like all
Yeah.
caught up.
You got to kind of see what they were thinking about the people left in the game before they
Yeah.
voted. It was a big part of it. I think part of the issue this year is that for some reason this season is significantly shorter than others have been. I don't understand why they don't start it earlier in the summer. It's supposed to be a summer thing.
Yeah.
So why can't we start it in early June? Why did we wait till like the end of July?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And then you would have had more time for more evictions. You would have had to do so many doubles. You'd have more time to show the jury house. I don't get it.
Anytime that you start it later, you run into football. Every year, it's a problem. They run into football season, and all of a sudden, the episodes are starting at 9 o'clock at night during the school year.
Mm-hmm.
And we have jobs.
Now we're also running into the start of the new Survivor season and the Amazing Race.
So that was my only thought there, is like maybe they did it to avoid running into the end of the Survivor season, but if you're already still overlapping with Survivor, you still have a problem.
Yeah, it's silly.
Yeah.
There's enough time in the year that they could spread it out right. And they used to. It used to be that you only watched Big Brother, and then there was like the finale of Big Brother was on like the first episode of Survivor week, or even the same night sometimes. I used to get mad that they would bump Big Brother to later for Survivor to start because I didn't used to watch Survivor, and I was annoyed by that. But it was like
they're doing Survivor
an
more
even
often,
changeover.
too.
Yeah, now they're doing it like twice as much. And I'm just like, come on.
It's like it's not.
I don't want to miss it, but I have a life. Like,
right.
Or at least my kid has a life and I have to show first. So say probably the last thing that annoyed me was the terrible manufactured dramatic speeches.
Yeah.
There have definitely been people who have kind of rehearsed what they want to say before they say it, but never in such a dedicated way. And then it was still super awkward. Like you could tell it was fake. They were stumbling all over themselves. It wasn't like this big blow up moment that they thought they wanted.
Like, don't try to improv half of it. Get a couple zingers in your head. Say them, sit down. Like the one from Ashley with Keanu was the worst.
That was the worst. Jimmy's was pretty bad too. Like you could tell he was just trying to make a soundbite. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah. Jimmy just wanted some fame.
He's getting it now. He's pretty popular on live streams. And
that's true.
He's very good in the moment on those things. So I don't understand why he didn't just let himself be himself in there. Like, I even watch him on the lives and he can be with anybody that's been on the season, even Kat. He makes her seem more interesting. Like, I thought to myself, now this is who should be hosting Big Brother Unlocked. Like, he'd be a great host.
Yeah.
I love Derek. He's one of my favorite all-time players, but he is not good at hosting the show. It is very awkward. It is very awkward. Like, dude.
I feel like the show in general is set up to be awkward.
It's like trying too hard.
Yeah. And like when you're in the diary room, and whether you're doing an interview or announcing who you're voting off, the tone of voice that people adapt to be like, this is my game show voice. It's like, we don't need that. Just come in and be real.
Yeah.
But
someone put together some clips of it was the player Brittany Haynes. I think that's her last name. Hayes. And she was talking on one of her videos on social media about how she would like coach people before they come in, how to be themselves in the diary room and not like be an actor, basically. And she was like, you just gotta put it all out there. It was hilarious. And it like interspersed clips of her in the diary room just totally going off the rails. It was hilarious. I'm gonna have to send it to you. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I would enjoy that.
Well, she was a card. She was a real personality in there. I miss those.
Yeah, those are the ones you need. Who was it that came and played for Keanu in that one competition?
Casey.
I would like to see more Casey too. Casey seemed
She won her
awesome.
season. She was very good.
Yeah.
She's online a lot too. I think she does Twitch and streaming, but she does a lot of like TikTok battles and stuff too.
Nice. Well,
they got to make their money, you know?
Feel free to leave your Big Brother comments below, or maybe there's another reality show you're a huge fan of and you have some very loud opinions about annoying people. Maybe you want to get mad at us for our views on Rachel. Just leave it all down there. Let it all out, like Brittany says. And you can find us on all the socials as Working Moms Whine, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.